Love is such a beautiful thing. However, it isn't always perfect. Love can sometimes feels like a war that's contained inside your body between your brain and your heart. Your brain uses logic and reason to try to protect you from getting hurt, while your heart sometimes convinces you that when there's some joy, there must be some pain. However, the pain I'm referring to today isn't heartbreak, it's heartburn. Because my love for Sriracha is unhealthy. Sriracha first caught my attention when I saw a number of people use its t-shirt. It caught my attention, I tried it, and I loved it. Since then, I've been doing research on this topic for the past 3 weeks so I could give this presentation effectively. Sriracha has made a huge impact on the United States. It's increased sales of international sauces way over the sales of traditional sauces. Supermarket News in September 2018 recognizes how huge that influence has been on restaurants. That has influenced Michelin star restaurants as well as high-end cuisine, and it's trickled all the way down to your local fast food chains and local diners. So today I'll unveil the hot sauce that took America by storm, Sriracha. First, I'll go over its creation of Sriracha. Second, I'll raise up the heat on its impact on the United States. And third, I'll bottle its effects on your health. Holy Fun Foods was first located here in LA in 1980, created by David Tran. David Tran created this famous recipe which dated back from Vietnam and his roots in a small farm. The International Directory of Company History in 2010 describes how unique its recipe is between chili paste, garlic, and sugar, as well as its unique branding of its green lid, its clear plastic bottle, and the rooster in front of it. The company did face a lot of controversy though in the beginning because the Hindustan Times, July 30th, 2017, did some digging on their claim that the sauce was from Vietnam and actually discovered that it's from Thailand. The sauces are very similar. The only difference is that David Tran's sauce spiked up his sauce for Americans here to enjoy. Sriracha had a huge influence on American culture. It blew up and demand skyrocketed. It went from a local condiment and then it soon started making thousands of collaborations with other companies around it. It quickly created a cult-like following and people could not get enough of it. The School Library Journal on November 11, 2015 described how there was 200 million bottles sold here in the United States. That's equivalent to 100 million pounds of chili. 100 million pounds of chili. That craze influenced a huge amount of collaborations. Let me give you guys some examples. So when you think of condiment collaborations, you think of your typical recipes, but that's just not all the case. I found this photo here from Thrillist with a number of collaborations Sriracha had made. If you look closely, I'll point to that are the reason why I'm showing you this. Sriracha has chapstick. Chapstick. Just thinking about it makes my lips chapped and spicy, but to each their own. They also made candy canes. Sriracha candy canes, I wouldn't buy it, but again, it's a choice. As well as a number of other from your normal Sriracha t-shirts to even Sriracha high heels. There's something for everybody. Since we've seen the effects on the United States, now let's move forward to the effects on your health. Sriracha has chili paste. Chili paste has capsaicin. Capsaicin is what causes diarrhea, stomach problems, ulcers, but if you do administer it correctly, it can be very beneficial to your health. Capsaicin is known to be really good for your metabolism because it boosts it and makes you burn fat faster. It's also known as a phytochemical, which is really good for fighting off inflammation in your body. There was a test that was conducted by Tufts University of Health and Nutrition on November 2015, and 487,000 participants joined, which all consumed chili powder throughout their daily consumption. it was discovered that 14% of those 14% of people which do eat chili powder on a daily basis will live longer than those that don't. That information does trickle back to Sriracha being an antimicrobacterial, which is really good for your body. As well as the use of chili and spices could really be a way to substitute salt out of your diet, which is another reason why it could have been so popular and so controversial, and it's a way to balance out and spread out the life expectancy of people. So today I went over Sriracha. First, I told you about the creation of Sriracha. Second, I told you about the impact it had on the United States, as well as explain its effects on your health. So next time you find yourself conflicted with the one you love, I hope you choose you. Because while your heart wants more, your brain is really what knows what's best for you and knows what's best for your well-being. Thank you.